Umineko when they cry. Good old sea cats. Umineko, in case you don't know, is an excellent horror visual novel about a series of mysterious murders happening on a secluded island in the midst of a typhoon. The Golden Witch Beatrice claims that she killed everyone with magic, but one of the people on the island, Battler, doesn't believe in magic, so they enter the debate of a lifetime as Battler tries to prove that witches don't exist. It's basically And Then There Were None, but with witches. Well, that's a pretty oversimplified description of the plot, I know, but Umineko is just so long and complex that I can't really help but oversimplify it if I want to give someone a plot description that doesn't take up a whole page, you know? There are two big things Umineko is most well known for. First and foremost, being absolutely excellent. It's one of the highest rated visual novels on VNDB, and also happens to be one of my personal favorites. And secondly, it's known for being extremely long. But how long could it possibly be, you may be wondering? Perhaps you've heard that it's longer than the average visual novel, which is true to be fair. But how much longer are we talking here? Well, Umineko is the proud owner of one of the longest scripts in a video game ever made. It was originally written in Japanese, and the first part of it, the question arc, has 2,820 kilobytes of characters, and the answer arc, Umineko Chiru, has 2,620. But unless you speak and read Japanese, that probably doesn't sound super long, right? Well, this video is in English, odds are you speak English, so let's talk about Umineko in terms of its English translation. There's a couple different translations of Umineko out there, but the Manga Gamer version is the most accessible one since that's the one on Steam, so let's go ahead and talk about the Manga Gamer version. Nobody seems to know the precise word count, but a very kind Redditor gave me an estimation of about 596,000 words in the question arc and 531,000 in the answer arc. These numbers seem to fit the script sizes well enough, so for the purpose of this video, these estimations are gonna work, but if you think you've calculated a more precise word count, feel more than free to comment with it. So 596,000 plus 531,000 gives you 1,127,000 words. And just in case you don't understand the full gravity of just how many words that is, using Times New Roman 12-point font and single spacing, because we're not turning this in for a school assignment, you're looking at 2,830 pages in Microsoft Word of nothing but Umineko. Better yet, let's compare Umineko to some other books. The King James Bible has 783,137 words. So you could read the good old KJB and it would only be the equivalent of about 69.5% of Umineko. But how about something a little more modern? How about the Lord of the Rings trilogy? The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and Return of the King have a combined word count of 455,125 words. You know, we could even add The Hobbit to this pile of books, and you'd still only be at 550,147 words. Only 550,147 words! That's only 49% of Umineko. You would have to read the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy plus The Hobbit twice, and then you'd have read the equivalent of slightly less than the entirety of Umineko. But how about another literary trilogy that's a little longer? How about Ken Follett's Kingsbridge series? It has 3 books, Pillars of the Earth, World Without End, and Column of Fire, and they have a combined word count of 948,140 words. So you could read the entire Kingsbridge series, you could have read all of this, and you'd still have only read the equivalent of about 84% of Umineko. Purely in terms of word count, the closest thing I could find to stack up to Umineko was Harry Potter. From the first word in the Sorcerer's Stone to the final word in Deathly Hallows, there are 1,084,170 words in Harry Potter, which is the equivalent of about 96% of Umineko. That is right, from start to finish, the entire Harry Potter series has only slightly fewer words than Umineko. There's a bit of debate over what the longest novel ever written is, and notice how I said novel, so don't come at me in the comments about that Smash fanfic. But one of the oldest contenders is Artemene ou le Grand Silence by Georges and Madeleine de Scudéry, which has about 2,100,000 words, so that's a little less than the length of 2 Uminekos. But you know, word counts are pretty great and all, but that doesn't really tell us much about the length of the game itself. It just tells us that it's really verbose. So there's 8 chapters in Umineko combining the question and the answer arcs, and each chapter lasts between, 10 to 15 hours depending on your reading speed. So you're looking at between 80 and 120 hours. We're just gonna go in the middle and say that the average player will sink about 100 hours purely into Umineko, though in truth, most players end up spending closer to 120, at least out of what I've noticed, but hey, 100 hours is still nothing to laugh at. Remember how the Harry Potter books were pretty close in length to Umineko? Well, the combined time of all 8 of the Harry Potter movies is 19 hours and 39 minutes. That is only about a fifth of Umineko's playtime. In fact, you could watch the entire Harry Potter movie series and every movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and you'd still only be at about 55 hours and 41 minutes. You are just past the halfway point. But you know what? We're already in this deep, so why stop now? If we're already marathoning all of the Harry Potter and Marvel movies, well, we may as well marathon all the Star Wars movies too. So let's just go ahead and add another 20 hours and 10 minutes. We're having a 65-hour, 51-minute movie marathon, and that is still not even the length of 3/4 through Umineko. How's this? If this doesn't blow your mind, nothing will. The estimated amount of time it would take someone to drive from Los Angeles, California to Portland, Maine is 47 hours and 21 minutes. In other words, this means that you could go from LA to Portland and back and still be short a few hours of Umineko. Is that not wild? I think that's pretty wild. Better yet, how about One Piece? One of the longest anime ever made and the best-selling manga of all time. At 20 minutes per episode, or 3 episodes an hour, in 100 hours you could watch 300 episodes of One Piece, which would put you pretty close to the end of the CP9 arc, which actually happens to be my favorite arc. More importantly, this means that you wouldn't even be halfway through One Piece. As a matter of fact, you'd have to play Umineko almost 3 times before reaching the amount of time it would take you to watch One Piece in its current state. But I think we've heard quite enough now. I'm sure you have a pretty solid grasp at just how long Umineko is now, but on the off chance you don't, well, God, you know what? It's pretty damn long. No, but for real, you should go play Umineko.